So now we have the second half of the sibling Ignite First. He just inducted me into the Beard Club for Men. Sam Garfield wants you to know he's an ordained minister, and his brother gave you the history lesson. He's going to bring it to the present.
Today I'm going to be talking about net neutrality. I'm here to tell you that the internet that you know and love is under attack, and it's under attack from all sides, and if we don't do something about it, we're going to lose it. Al Franken, whether you like him or not, he said net neutrality is the most important free speech issue of our time, and I think this is completely true. The internet is our printing press. This is something that has an amazing potential to have an impact on the world, and already has in a lot of ways. The internet has made the First Amendment a reality for people who had lost hope. As our country got bigger, the internet made it small again. Anyone can have a voice. And the best thing about it is that it's free. There's such a low barrier to entry to have a voice on the internet. You can pay a couple bucks, get a domain name, you can set up a blog, you can go sign up for a free blog service, and you're out there and you're able to make an impact. This kind of free enterprise, free platform has resulted in a lot of awesome stuff. All of these companies started out with people who just had ideas. They didn't have a lot of startup capital, they didn't need to do anything, they just had an idea. And this is the reason why you can do so much on the internet. It has this generativity, which is basically a system's capacity to produce unanticipated change through unfiltered contributions from broad and varied audiences. Basically, it's a platform, and you can do anything you want on it. Steve Ballmer knew this when he gave his famous developers rant. He knew that if they did not have a generative system where they could attract developers, that their platform would fail. Apple benefited from a generative platform when their computers were turned from hobbyist tinkering boxes to business machines when VisiCalc, which they didn't even know about, invented the first spreadsheet software. This is what happens when you're not a generative environment. When you try to compete with the open internet, like America Online, CompuServe, and Prodigy did with their own little closed box systems, you end up failing. You can't compete against an open environment. The net must be a platform that is open enough to accommodate unanticipated change. The people who created the internet didn't know that Google would exist, or Wikipedia, or WikiLeaks, or any of these world-changing things. So it had to be an open system. Otherwise, those things never would have existed. But we're under attack. As John Hodgman said, it's almost too fair. It's as if the richer companies have no advantage at all. The companies, corporations are trying to figure out how they can tie up the internet to make more money. They're trying to figure out how they can minimize the amount of competition from new startups and raise the barrier of entry to play on the internet. Ed Whitacre, the former CEO of AT&T, said, now what they'd like to do, he's talking about Google, is use my pipes for free, but I'm not going to let them do that. This was a major departure from how the internet has operated. They want Google to pay for access to their subscribers. Comcast recently tried the same thing with Netflix. They said, Netflix, you're going to have to pay, actually level 3, you're going to have to pay for Netflix traffic if you want it to go to our subscribers. By the way, Comcast owns NBC, which owns Hulu, which is Netflix's main competitor. This is what the future of the internet looks like. It's a cable package where you buy basic internet, then you have to pay extra to access sports sites, streaming video sites. And if you own one of these sites, you have to pay Comcast to be part of one of these packages, or you're put in a less performing area of the internet. And this is the reason they can get away with it. There's no competition basically for broadband. Most places in the country you only have one choice for a broadband provider. So we need legislation to step in and make sure that these people are playing fairly. Another thing the government is trying to do is create a kill switch for the internet. They want to be able to shut off the internet at any time. Knowledge is power, and they want control of the power. Canada recently infringed on net neutrality by creating low bandwidth caps. Month to month, people could only download 25 gigabytes. This ruins new innovative startups that require high bandwidth because nobody is able to use them. Basically, they want to turn the internet into the next radio, where it is a high barrier of entry and it sucks because there are very few players and no one else can get into it. Check out more and figure out how you can get involved. Go to savetheinternet.com, futureoftheinternet.org, visit EFF.org, and if you'd like to contact me, google.com/profiles/Sam Garfield. Thank you.
Yeah!